Hello.
Hola.
Good morning. I'm Alex Givens. I'm a senior,
I'm Tiffany and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Kari, I'm a junior.
and Jason Jordan are also in this group. Here's what we're going to cover throughout our presentation. The first point is an overview of the church, as well as key marketing issues, along with the best practices that they were already doing. Then we're going to cover our overall social media plan and a conclusion of the project.
The overview of the company. The client is the Norwalk United Methodist Church. It is a fast-growing community and located in the South Des Moines. It has more than 550 members currently. It's a progressive church in terms of programming and opportunities.
So when we met with the pastor, he talked a lot about the story, and this is a Bible that has been reorganized to be told chronologically to a group of people. And this whole thing is like 3 components, and it'll take 31 weeks total. It's required that every person reads chapters each week, attends the worship every Sunday, and attends small group discussions with DVDs. The goal of the story is to attract more people to the church, since less than 1/3 of their Norwalk population attends Sunday morning worship services. And the pastor wants to reach out to younger demographics in the Norwalk population. He wants to make their services more upbeat and interesting so that more people attend, and he wants to improve the relationships between the community members. Another thing we looked at was the church's website that they already had. It contained really good information, but it wasn't very appealing. So their pros were that they listed the monthly calendar with their times and dates of everything happening. They had youth events, and then their main thing was the story, which I talked about earlier, about their next big thing that they want everyone to participate in. As I continued to look at the website, there were several things that I thought they could fix. I figured they should put more real photos in their website than just clip art pictures, so it could show that real people are actually attending their church and enjoying the activities. And then hopefully this will attract more people to come to their church. And their format of the website was pretty simple, so there was nothing really interesting on their page, and it was kind of boring. And then I also thought that it could include more information.
Now we're going to kind of walk you through the original website, and to start, the logo at the top is pretty bland and boring, as well as the whole page. And this is the initial page that really just has the thing of the story and a location of the church, not too much information on the home page.
The upcoming events, it shows you what's going on in the church, and it's pretty plain. And for the monthly calendar, it doesn't have a structure, it's just a text with nothing.
When you click on more, you can see that it's just a bunch of youth stuff that tells you what's going on, but it's pretty boring still, and it's just text. It does list the church groups, but that's also just text, so there's really nothing to look at. And then here they put in some real pictures, so that's a little bit better, but still a lot of text.
The old website almost just has too much information crammed into the page, so we tried to restrain from that on the new website we made. But yeah, that's pretty much the original website. So for the key marketing issues, we came up as a group with three main points that really stuck out to us after our initial meeting with the pastor. And the first one was that the church didn't have an up-to-date Facebook page, and as far as we know, they still don't. And he actually had no idea who was even running it, and there hadn't been any activity in months. Like a year and a half had gone since a post was made. And then as we just walked you through, the website was pretty bland and boring and didn't offer easy access to all the information we felt new churchcomers needed to know.
We analyzed what they are doing right, and they decided to rebrand their name due to the surrounding community. They changed it to The Walk. They are also having an interactive one-year program to make a stronger congregation. Also, they developed a company mission statement. Come and see.
So for the options we considered to help improve their social media presence, the first thing we discussed as a group was to continue using, or rather start using, Facebook again, because we felt that was the main social media tool to get more people to the church. And then we also tossed around the idea of creating an Instagram account, which the pastor actually really liked because it's a way more popular tool now. And it's incredibly easy to upload pictures with the events of the church. And we suggested many things to run through Instagram, such as the hashtag come and see slogan, which was something he really liked. And then as well as interviewing newcomers through the Instagram account and just kind of getting like a quick 16-second idea of how they enjoyed the sermon. And then specific hashtag days such as Ministries Monday or Worship Wednesday, and then also through the Facebook and website offering live streaming of the sermon would be a great way to reach more people in Norwalk.
So for a final plan, we decided to create a better and organized website. Also, we told the pastor to make an Instagram page and start using a new Facebook to show the experiences and the metrics with the church.
So overall, what we expected to get out of our final plan was more attendance overall from the people of Norwalk, and then a better connection between the congregation members. And with the streaming of the sermon as well as the Instagram account, we thought it would be easier for people that miss weekly services still experience the walk. So as far as the implementation goes, this is actually kind of where our presentation is going to go downhill slightly. We did create a website, and the pastor really liked it, but it turns out he's a way more busy man than we all planned upon, and that's really all we got to do with the project. He liked the Instagram and Facebook ideas, and we waited on the pastor for a while, but we just couldn't ever get a hold of him again to meet up and actually put a plan together. So the only thing that we actually implemented was a website, which we are about to walk you through and show you the metrics of that.
So this is a website, so you click to come and see, because it's the slogan. So the About Us, we can see the mission and the different events the church has. It's clickable. And for the events, we can see the story, the worship services, the community Easter egg hunt that the church had. And it's easy to go and click on the monthly events. We created this calendar, which is easier to see than rather the whole text. For the youth events, we use the same images that the church had before to see everything. And then we can navigate through the groups. Here, you can see the Faith Circle, the United Methodist Women, and the United Methodist Men, which is organized. Also for the choir, you can see for different ages and also organized. The missions of the church is for their missions, their adopted village, the ASP, the adopted families. And here's a link for the Bidwell Riverside, which the other website didn't have the link, so you can click on. The Lunch in the Park, and finally the Contact, which is the last page. It's easy to contact Pastor Steve and the location of the church. The key metrics for the website, at the beginning, on March 26th, we started with almost 15 views, and it was decreasing for a bit, but on April 13th, we reached 20 views, and then it decreased, and in between April 19th and 21st, it increased a little bit, and then it decreased again. But this was because it was a test website, so the pastor had to approve it so we can do it official.
Another metric stat that we were given from the website we created was the unique visitor stat, which that's just new visitors to the page per day. And on March 26th, we actually had 4 new visitors. And then as you can see, it kind of fluctuated around. And most recently, April 23rd, we only had 1 new visitor to the page. But then again, this wasn't the actual website. This is just our interpretation of what we wanted it to look like. And the pastor really liked it, but we never got to meet up again to actually implement it. So these are just kind of like random metric numbers that we have. So overall, what worked with our project was, again, we created the updated website that the pastor, he really did like, but by the time he got around to looking at our email of it, Easter Sunday had already passed, so they were already into the story, which was the whole premise of our marketing plan through that. And then we met with the pastor in person twice, and those initial meetings revealed where the church was the weakest, which was mainly social media and their website. And then from that, we were able to create a plan based on the weaknesses, but we couldn't really act on it just through a lot of busyness. So like I just stated, really what didn't work with our project was staying in contact with the pastor and implementing the ideas that he really liked. Like I said, he was a very busy man, and it was really hard to get him on the phone and meet with him in person after that second time. So really, we just kind of learned how hard it is to actually work with someone else when they are apparently very busy. So from the initial meetings that we had with the pastor, this is kind of what we drew together that he really seemed to like. And the first one was our hashtag come and see implementation that he actually, he said he liked that because it can be kind of like that church's specific slogan. And he was even going to think about putting it up on their main board. And then he liked the interview of the newcomers through the Instagram account because that would kind of give people a firsthand experience on how it is for someone new to the church. And he liked our specific hashtag days, such as the Ministries Monday, to just remain active on Instagram. And then he also liked our idea of live streaming the sermon through his website and through Facebook.
So for our summary, our success was our website. We said with the metrics and the visitors, and we think that it is much better than the original website. Our failure was meeting with the pastor because he was always busy. Communication with the pastor and implementing our plan. We think that if we could meet more with him, we could do better things and we had progress.
Our group had the privilege of working with Jeff's brother, Steve, who is pictured right here on this slide. And when we first found this out, we sent him our initial email, and he replied saying that he would hopefully be a good contact person to work with, which we pretty much just learned like how busy people are and like they don't have time to do everything that you need them to do. So it was really hard for us to keep in contact with him and meet up with him.
So for the overall conclusion, we had a lot of good ideas, but we didn't get to really follow through because of the lack of communication and the ability to meet up with the pastor. And we just believe that our ideas would have helped the church grow. And actually, the pastor called me back the other night after about a week had passed. I left a voicemail, and I informed him that the project was pretty much over, and he just kind of apologized for how busy he had been. But he did say that he does plan to use a lot of the ideas that we had, and he said actually right now he's working on developing a new Facebook account as well as an Instagram page, and he's probably going to pull some stuff from our website idea to put into his. So it's not like we really didn't accomplish anything through it, but it's just going to happen later on down the line. So we didn't get to see the actual metrics, but hopefully it will help the church grow.